Good afternoon, baseball fans! You are tuning into an MLB 15 The Show preview matchup here with the MLB 14 The Show updated rosters. We are here at Safeco Field, home of the Seattle Mariners, as they play host to an AL West foe, the Texas Rangers. As we are here inside the broadcast booth, brought to you by Hickman Pitching School. Hickman is the name, mechanics is the game. Well, let's take a look at the Texas Rangers starting lineups. Leading things off in right field, be Sin-Soo Choo, followed by Elvis Andrus. Prince Fielder, Adrian Beltre, Mitch Moreland, Jake Smolinski, Leonis Martin, Rudin Dodor, and Robinson Chirinos. And then on the mound for the Mariners will be King Felix. Felix Hernandez, the 28-year-old right-hander, finished 2014 with a 15-6 record, a 2.14 ERA in 34 games started, and tossing 248 strikeouts in 236 innings pitched. And Sin-Soo Choo digs in to lead things off for the Texas Rangers in this ball game to face Hernandez. 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch that swung through, dropped third strike. Zunino has it, fires the first, and that's going to count as a strikeout for Hernandez as he retires the first batter of the ball game. We have one down, so full count now on Elvis Andrus. The kick. And the pitch from Hernandez is swung through the down and away change-up as Elvis Andrus goes down, swinging back-to-back Ks for Felix Hernandez. Now a full count on Prince Fielder with 2 outs. Hernandez, the kick. And the pitch that's grounded into the shift as Cano is standing in the outfield to field it, fires the first. And that's the third and final out of the top of the first inning. We have no hits, no runs for either team. Oh, welcome back to the bottom half of the first inning. Let's take a look at the Seattle Mariners starting lineups. Leading things off in center field be Austin Jackson, followed by Seth Smith, Robinson Cano, Nelson Cruz, Kyle Seager, Justin Ruggiano, Mike Zunino, Dustin Ackley, and Brad Miller. On the mound for the Rangers will be the left-hander, the 28-year-old left-hander, the Dutch Oven, Derek Holland. Was 2-0 in 2014 with a 1.46 ERA and only pitching 5 starts. And he had 25 strikeouts while pitching 37 innings. Making his way to lead things off for the Mariners will be Austin Jackson, who hit .308 last year with 47 RBIs and 20 stolen bases, while splitting 2014 between Detroit and Seattle. It's a 2-2 count over the head for Holland. Here comes the pitch that's grounded to third base. Beltre's there, fires the first, and they retire the leadoff man Jackson with ease to start out this ball game in the bottom half of the first. So 1 out now, 1-2 count on Seth Smith. Holland sets at the chest, the kick, and the pitch that swung through the high fastball, and Seth Smith goes down swinging. We have 2 down in the bottom half of the first now, as Holland is cruising through this inning. That'll bring up Robinson Cano with a 2-2 count over the head for Holland, the kick and the pitch, and that swung through the pitch as Robinson Cano goes down swinging. That's 2 strikeouts for Holland. And a 1-2-3 inning as we have no hits, no runs for either team at the end of a full 1 inning. Welcome back to the bottom half of the second inning as Nelson Cruz digs in with a 1-2 count to lead off the second. Here comes the pitch from Holland, and Cruz gets out in front of that one and just kind of whiffs at it and bloops it into right field. It'll land in front of Choo. So Nelson Cruz has himself a leadoff double to bring up Kyle Seager with a 2-2 count, the third baseman. Holland sets at the chest, the kick. Here comes the pitch, and that one's given a ride. That's back over the wall, out of here, Kyle Seager. That is not Bob Seager, that is Kyle Seager, the third baseman for the Mariners. He takes that one over the right center field fence. And the Mariners jump off to a 2-0 lead here in the bottom half of the second. 2 outs now in the inning to bring up Dustin Ackley. Here comes the pitch from Holland, and Ackley slaps this one in the left center gap. That'll roll to the wall as Ackley is rounding first, heading into second as they finally had it, throw to the cutoff man, and Ackley will hold up at second base as he has himself a stand-up double to keep the inning alive with 2 outs. Now that'll bring up Brad Miller, the shortstop, 2-1 count. Holland sets at the chest. The pitch is grounded to the second baseman, Odor. He fires the first, and that is the third and final out of the inning, as Holland gets himself out of the bottom half of the second, but not before the Mariners strike for 2 on the 2-run shot from Kyle, not related to Bob Seeger. Welcome back to the top half of the 4th inning, as King Felix is dealing a no-hitter so far. The 1-1 count to Andrews is grounded back to King Felix. He fields it himself, fires over to first, and that's 1 down in the top of the 4th as he retires Andrews to bring up Prince Fielder. 1-2 count, 1 down in the inning. Hernandez getting set at the belt. Here comes the pitch. That's swung through the slider, and Prince Fielder goes down swinging. And that's back-to-back easy outs for King Felix, as we have 2 outs now in the inning for a 2-2 count for Adrian Beltre. The kick and the pitch from Hernandez as Beltre takes this one opposite way to right field. That's back over the fence. Adrian Beltre belts that one over the fence. And that's a solo shot and the first hit of the ball game for the Texas Rangers. So it'll be a 2-1 ball game now to bring up Mitch Moreland with a 2-2 count with 2 outs. The pitch from Hernandez is grounded to the second baseman. Cano charges it, takes his time, and tosses it over to first base, as that'll be the 3rd and final out of the inning, but not before the Rangers strike for 1 on a belted home run from Adrian Beltre. It's a 2-1 ball game at the end of the top of the 4th. Welcome back to the bottom half of the 4th inning as Nelson Cruz digs in to lead things off with a full count. Derek Collins still on the mound. The pitch is ripped into left center gap. That'll roll to the wall. Nelson Cruz, not the fleetest of foot, is rounding first base, heading into second, and he'll hold up as second in as the throw is into the cutoff man, Andrews. As Nelson Cruz has himself a leadoff double to bring up Kyle Seager with a 2-2 count. Holland looks down the runner, the kick, and the pitch as Seager takes this one into right field, lands in front of Chu. He fires into the cutoff man, past the cutoff man. The throw is offline, but Cruz is holding up at third. As, like I said, he is not the fleetest of foot. So runners on the corners now with no outs for Justin Ruggiano, the 2-1 count. And the pitch from Holland is grounded up the middle. Odor's there to field it, turns, fires a second. He gets 1 out. But he cannot double up Ruggiano as he beats it out, and Nelson Cruz also comes home to score. So we have a 3-1 Mariners lead now. As Mike Zunino comes up with a full count, grabs it a Beltre, diving stop, gets 1 out at second, but Zunino beats it out at first base. Adrian Beltre with the effort, but he could not turn 2. We have 2 outs now with runner on first being the catcher Zunino. Dustin Ackley at the plate. Here comes the pitch, and Ackley takes this one into right field as Chu tosses into the cutoff man, and we have runners at first and second with 2 outs in the bottom half of the 4th to bring up Brad Miller with 2 outs, 1-1 count. Holland sets. The pitch is grounded into the right center gap. Odor is there, and he tosses over to first to show some great range at second base as he gets the final out of the inning, but not before the Mariners strike for 1 and improve their lead to 3-1 on the day. Welcome back to the top half of the 9th inning as it's a 3-2 lead now for the Mariners, and Fernando Rodney, once out of the bullpen, the 37-year-old right-hander who finished 2014 with 48 saves, will come in to shut the door. Facing Prince Fielder with a full count. The pitch is grounded to first base as Ackley is there. He steps on the bag and he retires the first out of the inning, being Prince Fielder. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Adrian Beltre, with a full count. Rodney sets at the belt. The kick and the pitch is swung through the changeup as Adrian Beltre goes down swinging. And we have 2 down the inning. 1 to go as that brings up Mitch Moreland with a 2-2 count. Rodney sets, delivers, and that's a down and away fastball as Moreland cuts through it and he cannot make contact. That's a strikeout for Fernando Rodney. and you can close the door on this one as the Mariners have won this ball game here at their own Safeco Field over the Texas Rangers by a score of 3-2. Kyle, not related to Bob Seger, had a big part in this ball game on the offensive side as he had a 2-run shot back in the bottom half of the second to get the Mariners out in the lead early on, and they just kept that lead all ball game as they ended up coming away with the win 3-2, and they stuck with that lead because of a man named Felix Hernandez who pitched 7 strong innings, only giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, and striking out 10. And with that being said, that'll wrap things up here for this edition of the MLB 15 The Show preview matchups with the MLB 14 The Show updated rosters. I've been your host, JerseyBorn, and I'm saying goodbye.
Can't be wrong.